Right.
Okay, very good. So, let's start with today's workshop that is education around the world. The goals for today are to understand different education systems, to discuss and debate about AI and learning, also using a lot of vocabulary related to education. And we will go through the past, the present, and the future of. Well, this is me. Most of you know me. I'm Carla. Also, I'm an English teacher. I have been working as a teacher for more than 10 years now. I work in the past in some schools, institutes, and companies. And
Déjame trabajar. Estoy en una reunión.
So, as I were telling you before, our class content, our goals for today are like practicing speaking, making some role plays. We will do a trivia at the end of the workshop. So pay attention because we will see those facts and information apart from discussing, but try to remember some stuff. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes. Bring it on.
Ready to rock.
Right. And today we are going to have a native speaker that will join us in some minutes too. So think about questions that you want to ask him about the education system or anything related to education. All right. So let's start with an icebreaker. You have to say your name and answer one of the questions. Any, the one that you like the best. For example, which subjects did you like when you were at school? What subjects were compulsory at school? Which subjects do you dislike, maybe? Do you like going to school? Why not? What was your school like? So pick any of those questions.
Okay, just one question? We have to pick one?
Yeah, just one.
Okay. Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Mercedes, and the subject I enjoyed the most at school was English. So yeah,
that's cool. Who's next? Ellie?
Yeah.
Yes, I can go. Well, I describe my school with one word is chaos, I guess. It's a completely chaos, but it was a great time in school. But if I have to choose a word, probably could be chaos.
Chaos. All right. Eileen?
Me, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Can I go on?
Which question?
Okay, me?
Juli, yes, go ahead.
Okay, well, the subjects that I hated or I didn't like, it was mathematics because it was very hard and I prefer obviously language subjects.
Nice. Okay, cool. And now, Eileen, I see you there.
Okay, hello. Okay, my name is Eileen, and I went to a technical secondary school, and we have craft workshops, and I really like carpentry.
Nice, that's so cool.
I really enjoy that workshop.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. Seba?
I didn't have English at secondary school. I had French lessons, and I love them. I
Nice.
really like them. Je ne sais pas parler en français, mais je comprends un peu.
I love French, but I can't speak any French. But I love it. It's so good. Okay, Carlos?
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Question, what was your school like? My name is Carlos, and I studied in an ancient, I don't know, understand, I don't find another word for that, ancient school,
Okay.
because my school has, in that time, 400 and plus years. 400 years.
He was
That
400 years old? Wow.
yes, was the first school founded in Colombia by priest with the blessing of the Queen of Spain.
Wow.
Yeah, weird. It was very weird to study that in that place.
It was prestigious, right?
Yeah, but it was very restricted and with many laws.
Okay. Well, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Noe?
Well, hi, my name is Noelia. What I remember most about my school years is my last year of high school. The least thing I did was going to school actually, but it was really fun because it was the last year. We had a lot of parties and stuff, so it was really fun.
Nice. So cool. And Sophie?
The subjects I enjoyed the most were English, art, and biology.
Biology. Nice. Nice. Well, education around the world. Now we're going to travel around the world and explore how students learn in different countries. When we learn about that, try to think if you would like to study there, why not, or maybe what you like from that country and what things you don't like from that country. So the first one is Finland. Who wants to read it?
I can go. Finland. In Finland, education focuses on students' well-being. Students have shortened school days and very little homework. Teachers are highly respected and well-trained. Do you think competitions motivate the students or harm them? Can a system works without pressure?
What do you think?
It works.
In a
It works
teenagers, the
better.
competition is.
I think it works better than traditional education because any personality is different, and in that way, each person can evolve,
Grow?
better, grow better.
Okay. And Ellie, you were about to say something?
Well, I don't know. The competition is good, but on the other hand, teenagers are not a human being, are something weird, something different. But I think the competition could be hard, could be difficult, and could be get some troubles to the teenager. But it is what it is what exactly happening in the real world. But I don't know. I think could be a lot of pressure.
Right, yeah. Well, in Finland, apparently it's the opposite, right? No competition. They focus on the students' well-being, so more relaxed, shorter days. Let's see what happens in China. Who wants to read it?
Can I read?
Yes. Go.
In China, education is highly competitive. There is a strong focus on discipline and exams. Students often study long hours. The Hakao, I don't know, exam, I don't know the pronunciation, determines university strongly linked to family honor. Is it fair to evaluate a student with one exam? Does pressure create excellence or anxiety?
Anxiety.
Okay.
Okay. What?
I think that competition is good. We are competing all the time in different aspects, but we don't have to compete with other peoples. We have to ourselves.
Right, to compete with ourselves.
It's just to improve ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what about the others? Do you think like it's fair to evaluate students with one exam?
I think it's too much contents you have to study to approve one exam. I don't know. For me, it's too much. Too much risk because well, here when you study, you get a continuous exams to see if you're good or not in learning the subject. I think it's kind of hard.
Yeah. I don't know if here.
Yes, I think that it's not very hard.
Mhm. Do you know if in Argentina we have like one exam for this?
I think in Córdoba, for psychology, medicine, stuff like that, they have to pass. I don't know if it's just one exam or a couple, but eliminatorio le dicen, and they name that
Okay.
test.
I can hear Seba very well. I can hear you.
I can hear you very well. It's
Maybe.
complicated. There's so much echo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's try.
Well, in Córdoba, I am from Córdoba. Can I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, in Córdoba, to enter the university, yes, you had to sit for an exam. There is only one exam to enter that career, for example, medicine. And it's very hard to do it, but well, you have to prepare it. You can prepare for it. So you have to study a lot, obviously, but yes, you sit for one exam to be able to enter or not to the career. And it's very, very hard. For example, medicine in this case.
Right.
Yeah, here's the same in Corrientes.
Yeah, I think that there are too many universities that have the exams like the ingreso.
Right.
They have to make to start the university, and they have different subjects to pass, and that depends of the career that they want to do.
I don't know if it's fair, but the thing is that teenagers nowadays, as Elias mentioned minutes ago, they are quite different to our generation, and they, I think, are not serious about studying.
Yeah, like teachers now are so different with us, right? Maybe they don't care about anything. Yes.
Yes, totally.
It's really hard to. Yeah, it's really hard nowadays. I think it's really hard to teach to adolescents. Okay. How is it in Bali? Who wants to read it?
I can read.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Bali. This school focuses on sustainability and nature. Students learn through hands-on activities. The classrooms are open and built with bamboo. Students work on real environmental projects. Do you think learning outside is effective? Would you enjoy this environment?
Have you heard about this system in Bali?
No, no idea.
I think it's because of the weather, the warm weather.
The weather, the environment. Do you think
maybe we have something kind of like this here that is like the Montessori? Is with the idea, this with the hands-on activity, like experimenting, doing, and in doing you learn more.
right?
So it's not exactly like this, but it's similar.
But
Yeah,
I think
similar.
learning outside. When I was a kid, I always get distracted and dispersed. I don't know. For me, it could be difficult.
Difficult to focus, maybe.
Yes, totally.
All right. Who wants to read UK and USA?
Me.
Right.
UK, USA. Standardizing testing is common. Students specialize later. Public versus private education creates inequality gap. Students' debt, USA, is a major use.
Issue.
Is education truly issue? Sorry, yeah. Is education truly accessible in your country? Should university be free?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a big problem in the States, right? Because it's so expensive.
So expensive to
We
study
are in hard
a
time,
university.
I think.
Oh,
You
sorry,
need to work a lot.
couldn't hear you. Can you repeat it, Eileen?
And I think that we are passing a hard time now, like the accessibility and the public education or free education
Free education? Okay.
in our country now.
Yes, but I don't know if you check the prices in the States, but it's like
No, the prices on United States is another level.
exactly.
You need a scholarship to study in a university, and after that you need to pay a lot of money, a lot. But
Yeah, it's there.
Yes.
but when
There
you
was
when you have a
exchange
degree,
student.
sorry.
I'm sorry, you go on. Now you can.
Elias, yes, go ahead.
No, it means I think when you have a degree is another different of level because you have a really good jobs. That's why the scholarships are so expensive when you have to pay it.
Right.
Guys, I need to go. I'll be back in 30 minutes.
Sure.
See you.
Okay.
See you.
Okay. See you.
You.
Well, all right. Now I will see if Jordan is joining. So he will talk about a little bit about Canada. Do you know anything about Canada? How the education system works?
No.
No, so
Okay. So while he about it, try to write down maybe some facts are interesting for you, or even vocabulary. Maybe when he talks, mention a lot of vocabulary, new vocabulary, or so try to write them down. So then we share it with the group. Like, I don't know, I pick this word, it's interesting, and then we write it in the chat box and we share it. So 3 things.
right.
Write down vocabulary, interesting information, and start thinking questions to ask him. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
A sec. I just accepted. Hello.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me there?
Yeah.
Hear you.
Perfect. There we go.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
All good. Everything's fine.
Oh, that's good.
We were discussing some education systems around the world. And well,
Okay.
it's your turn.
My turn now. Okay. Do you want me to just get started with all of that?
Yes.
Perfect. So I will go through the list that you said there. I might bounce back and forth just because they all intertwine so much for it, and because it differs so much across Canada. So I think the big thing off the bat when we look at the Canadian education system is that it's not the same in every province in Canada. So Canada being so large, we have Alberta, BC, and Ontario. So three of the provinces. Their systems are a bit different, where we get public system has broken up into a public and then a Catholic system also. And so just based into those areas, I'm trying to go off the top of my head and remember now. I think it had something to do with when those provinces joined Canada as a country, there was some rules isn't the right word, but it was like put into like the constitution for it or like written in that they're able to have the two separate systems. So we see on our public side, the Catholic side, and then the public side as well too, is a distinguished area between that. In the rest of the province, the Catholic side of it is actually considered private education. But yeah, the same across the board for all of it. So the structure that we look at here is you get kindergarten to grade 6 as the first block of education. The second block is grade 7 to grade 9 for us, and then 10 to 12. And that's how it finishes off for it. Within that as well, too, you kind of see grade 6, grade 9, and grade 12. We have provincially regulated exams. And so you can kind of get through the system until you get to grade 6, grade 9, and grade 12. And then you require big tests to get through to the next point. So in all of those grades, grade 6, grade 9, grade 12, 50% of your mark that you get that year is based off of one test at the end of the year for each core subject that we go into. The core subjects being English, social studies, math, and science. So you have four big tests that you have to pass on the provincial level in order to go on to the next stage for all of that. I guess going back into the schooling system, the going to public versus private as well too onto it. So the public system, like it said, it had the Catholic side of it and the public. But then there also is some privatized schooling in Canada. It's not as popular though. I think maybe you would see less than 5% of the population going to private schools and that continuing on into university as well too. So it's a very public-based system. The private schools that you do see come up primarily have to do around sports. So you see a lot of, with in Canada specifically, it being hockey, you'll see a lot of privatized hockey schools where the kids are going there to play for the hockey team, and that's basically the education. You might get some snowboarding and some other athletes that get put into that grouping. But just on its own, I mean, in the city that I live in alone into Calgary, there's maybe on a private high school level, I think we have two private high schools here and probably 50 or 60 public high schools that you would see coming across onto it. So it's not a very popular option that we would have here for it. Let's look at what else you have onto here. Homework and exams. Trying to think. I didn't do too much homework growing up, so I think it depends on how much you want to get into it. But I would say it's assigned here. Um, yeah, I think the school days itself, I guess I could go into like hours on the structure and what that looks like, and then going into homework. So typically, growing up, going to school, we get in at 8 a.m. and go till 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. Homework on that side of it, just doing multiple subjects, anywhere from in the lower grades, you would go to 20 minutes or none to maybe an hour maximum that you would see on a homework side of things. Most of it's they try to get a lot of it done within the classroom each day and not having too much left to the evenings, letting everyone be able to go home, spend time with their family and be kids and also take on extracurricular activities that you would see onto that side. There is some more demanding, so you can choose when you go into, we can focus, I guess, a bit more on the higher education grades now. So when you go in grades 10 to 12, which is our high school, onto that, there can be more homework depending on how seriously you want to take your education. If you want to go and take harder classes, then you're able to do so. So in our system here, grades 10 to 12, it structures a lot like university where you get to select your curriculum yourself. Like, no, you're not forced to go to any sort of a class. You have 5 classes in a day, and you know that you need English to like we call it a 30 level, a grade 12 level, social studies to a grade 12 level, and then math and science to a grade 11 level in order to pass. And you need to structure your classes within those 5 each day in order to have it be done. So it does shape a little bit like university in that side, but in order to get into university, you can't pass with you're not going to get in with grade 11 math, so you have to get up to grade 12 and a little bit higher. So students that are looking to go to university, say a higher level university, will have more classes and more homework in high school. Those that are maybe wanting to go into a trade program, if they wanted to become electricians, construction workers, um, I mean, the list kind of goes on onto that welding. Those are big, I guess, big demands that we would have here as well too, that don't require as high of a score in, say, math or science. But you can actually start working in high school. So you can start working as an electrician in high school and receive credit. So you can get the lowest amount of, say, the education if math isn't something you're going to need. You can go start working as an electrician in high school and getting credits towards it. So it is. I'd say it's pretty free in the structure of being able to choose the path that you want and building, I mean, the best opportunity for you to succeed in that once you finish your grade 12. So there's a lot of students you would see that go to school for half of the day and then they're going to work as a mechanic, as a construction worker, as an electrician onto that side of it, if that's what they want to go into. And then you'll see some of the other students going and taking more complex math if you're going past the 30 level and kind of going into even some university level math, some calculus and so forth in high school is how that would look onto it.
How
I'm
old
almost
how old are students when they are in high school and they start working at the same time?
15. So yeah, high school would be, I think, anyways, yeah, 15 turning 16 is grade 10, 16 turning 17, grade 11, 17 turning 18 is grade 12.
Wow, so they are quite young.
Quite young, yeah. You'll actually see a lot of the schools as well too. Um, if you need like within my high school itself, we had a mechanic shop in there. So like even some of the public will bring their cars to get fixed by the school because they get fixed for free off of the funding. So the students are still learning how to do that in high school, but still working on vehicles onto it as well too. So some of it you'll see them working within the school itself to be able to do some of that. But I would say getting jobs here, it's changed a lot. It's probably changed around the world, to be honest with you. But I would say when I was going to school, a lot of my friends, most of us would be having summer jobs within that age range at 15 and so on and so forth. And now some of the kids that we look at now, I would say it's becoming less popular working, I'd say. Kids don't want to work anymore. They all got it pretty good here, I think. They all saved up. I always joke around.
And one
During COVID, they all got paid, and now all these kids got all this money saved up into their banks and not working any summers.
how do they get those jobs? Like the
In
university
this,
helps or
yeah, so that's government funding. So like most things in Canada, the government funds everything pretty well, to be honest with you, across the board. So on the public side of it is all government funded. And then sometimes with some of the extra programs, some people would pay. So if I went to go get my car fixed there, maybe I have to, or if I want a paint job, maybe I just have to pay for the paint, but no hours or service are charged for that. So there could be a minor charge, but it would just be the cost of material that you're looking to put into it for that, for example. And the same across the board in some of the other trades.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have a questions, then the other students will ask you some more.
Mhm.
But my question is, which languages do you learn at school in general?
I did. I missed that one across the board for you. So it used to be primarily we did French and English. So there was the option to be in a French immersion program. But recently we've seen that change a lot outside of Quebec, which is a French speaking province for us. But now you'd actually see Spanish be coming in and taking over most of the French immersion programs for us in school. You can still in high school, French and Spanish would be the two that you would see. But being in Canada, we just have such a diverse, say, culture or ethnicities amongst it. You could see like Chinese, Punjabi. There's such a wide array. I'd say those kind of come into play as well too. There would be some Chinese speaking schools with the options to go in and learn those as well. Yeah, those would be the ones that you're looking at primarily though, with Spanish taking over most of the French immersion outside of Eastern Canada.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
French is losing popularity, let's say.
Losing popularity, I think it's yeah, in our country itself, I mean, Quebec's kind of on a separate side of it, which Canada, everything is done in English and French for all government level things. So if we have a press conference, they speak in English, then they speak in French, and you have to be bilingual in order to be part of the Canadian government. It's a mandatory thing to be able to speak both languages fluently. But that just comes from, I guess, just coming from Quebec and some politics within Canada, I would say, is the reason behind that. As for it being a language that is useful or being able to put it into practice anywhere else you go, French is not that outside of Quebec within Canada, which you can still speak English in. Unless you're going to France, it's not a very popular language or something that really helps you I guess, outside of our country moving forward. So you see people going to what I believe would be the second most popular language, being Spanish, and that being something that a lot of parents are wanting to adopt for their children as well, too, just for a higher education standpoint.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Let's see if someone has any questions to ask him.
Hello,
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah.
I have, sorry.
No,
No worries.
just you go, then I go.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Jordan. How are you?
Hello. Good yourself?
Fine, thanks. Jordan, perhaps I misunderstood, but did you say that private education is run by the church?
It's not. So it's a Catholic system, so you do take there would be religion involved within it. So you still would go and say have service once a week. You have to take I think two classes, so say 4 hours a week would be dedicated to religion. Like religion is considered a class for it. And then you would take part in other, I guess, religious dates or ceremonies within that under your school. You'd have to be baptized Catholic to go to a Catholic school as well, too. But it's funded through the government, not through the church itself. I think it was back in like the 1800s. So when Alberta Ontario and Saskatchewan joined the country of Canada, they already had I guess like regulations put in place that you were allowed to practice I guess Catholic. Well, now I don't even know the word in English now. Catholicism. I'm not sure if that goes as the I guess the religion of being Catholic. It was allowed to was already allowed within those provinces. And so that remained intact when they joined the country of Canada. So it still is a public, they made like the rules in place so that the government had to fund their that system and give everyone the option to choose to either have religion involved in school or to not have religion involved in school.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Noe?
Yes, my question was, you mentioned that some students, when they are in high school, they work. And is that kind of mandatory when if they choose not to do it, do they get like points to a subject or something like that?
Yeah, so how our system works is in order to graduate high school, we call them credits. So you need 100 credits to graduate. Each class is worth, say, 5 credits. If you pass grade 10 math, 5 credits, grade 11 math, 5 credits. You can earn up to 36 of those credits from working, and it's based off the hours that you work at a company, and it needs to be signed off by a direct manager or boss within that company as well too. So you would go out and work for either a private or public company, but the hours that you're reporting for your work go towards it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have kind of something similar here. I
Yeah.
did something like that in high school and university too. Yeah.
Okay. And does that go for anywhere you want to work that you're able to do that for any company or in any field?
Well, in high school, I went to a technical school, so I
Okay.
had to do it according to the degree I was getting.
Hmm.
So I did these internships in a lab, like to
Yeah.
draw blood, like the
Yeah,
chemical
yeah.
stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
And in university, I did in a hospital for psychology.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I would say here you see it not as much on the technical side. I would say the big thing within Canada that they're really starting to push off or maybe wanting workers or a skilled workforce in is the trade. So when you're looking into the construction side, electrical, especially into our oil and gas side, being able to go up there, there's some trades that go into engineering with 2-year degrees now, but the more of the hands-on work stuff, they really want students to be proficient and being able to go from that. So you don't see as much on the lab side or the science side. Those opportunities kind of come further when you go into university, but on the trades, you do have the opportunity in high school where you would see that or to start specializing in it.
Okay. Does anyone has any questions for him?
Yeah, I do.
Perfect.
Okay, hello Jordan, how are you?
Hello. I'm doing good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I was wondering, in the United States, they have SAT exams. Do you have it there in Canada or something similar?
The SAT exams actually just specifically structured for United States education. So some of us would write it. Like I went to school for 1 year in the States, so I had to write like an SAT exam. It's only if you want to go into the American education system. We won't see that to get into any of the Canadian universities. Some schools themselves might have specific tests based on that university itself and maybe the degree that you want to go into. But as a generalized standard testing, we don't see that. The only standard testing that I would say is based off of your grade 12 marks in the 4 core subjects, because your final test is worth 50% of your grade, you are able to get on say your transcript when you go to apply to university, it will show your final grade that you passed with, also the mark that you got on that final test worth the 50%, the balance of it. So that probably substitutes in as the SAT just based off of it being worth so much and the value of one test that you go in for on that.
Okay, thank you.
Does that answer it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. It was really good.
I
Thank
have
you.
another question.
Yeah,
I have another question.
of
Sure.
course.
Hi, Jordan. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
The question is, okay, great. Thanks. Is the dropout rate high in Canada?
Sorry, it cut out there onto me. I caught at the end. Is the what in Canada? Sorry?
Is the dropout rate
The dropout
high
rate.
in Canada at the secondary school?
In say grades 10 to 12 is the dropout rate high? Oh, I can answer that on to. I think she's probably meant in grades 10 to 12 for it anyway. Was that Juliana that had asked the question?
Again.
Yeah.
Is she still here? I saw her screen go off, so I don't want to answer it for her and then she doesn't hear me.
Right. Maybe somebody else wants to ask something.
Oh, are you there, Juliana, for the answer?
Yes, but I'm not, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
No, I waited because I thought that you went away there for it, so I can answer it now for you. The dropout rate is really low, I would say, onto that side of it. Just from a firsthand experience onto it, I would say maybe out of my class that graduated of what would it be? I don't even know. If I look at some of this one, say less than 1%, I would say, to be honest with you, go into a dropout side of it. They do have an option if you're someone who really struggles within that education side of it. The one thing that I will say within, like, I think Canada in general is we do have access for everyone of all learning abilities or disabilities as well too, whether that be a mental disability, physical, something that's going on at home or lack of access to education. We really do have funding that comes in from government to be able to place students into programs to give them the best opportunity to graduate. Even going as far as there's like a separate side of it that below the general requirements, you can go into like a lower education program which still gives you graduating with like a GED, which is not considered as good as your high school diploma, but is still able to get you into some other real world jobs you're being able to go through. So I would say less than 1%. Do I know that for sure? No, I'd have to Google it. This is my firsthand answer for you, kind of from what I've seen in growing up, that not many students dropping out of the system at all. It Yeah, you wouldn't see it
Right.
as much for it at all. Probably because it's so cold you can't cut school and go hang outside all day and go away from home and go do whatever else and get back. You gotta go stay warm inside at school for 6 months of the year. It's the best place to go.
Right. Well, at least there is an alternative for those kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh?
Anybody else? Sebas or Eileen, Sophie, any questions?
Yeah, I came up with one just right now.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank you. I've seen that in the United States, when people from the States basically go to university, they have campus and they share rooms, right? In university. Yeah.
Yep.
So do you have something similar there in Canada?
Yeah, we do. It's not to the same scale that you would see, but we do definitely, especially for international students, when it comes around to it, they do have housing on campus. Sometimes you would see a lot of that housing being provided to, say, maybe master's students that we bring in from all over the world to come in and are publicly funded in order to take their master's program. You would see a lot of that on campus. Um, Depending on the school, I guess, like some of the big ones, like University where I'm in University of Calgary, we have quite a bit of housing for the students, private and public, and I think it's the same. It is the same in the US as well too, where you see a lot of students going and they'll stay in housing, say for their first year to get that experience of university housing, and but you would see I think a big difference is like in the States there is like some mandates behind like the housing. A lot of that's actually brought on to by the sports programs in the US is where you see a lot of that like the general housing go into it. The rules it's changed now, but based off of it before, for the US, for the NCAA rulings, in order for students to get scholarships, and that's a lot of their students when you look at the sporting in the US, they weren't allowed to receive additional funding because that was like the ruling in order to be an athlete. So they would have to stay, this campuses would have to have that housing available for them because they weren't the school or the sports teams themselves weren't allowed to provide extra money for full scholarship athletes to live outside. That's changed now onto it, but yes, we do. We do have it, not to the same extent or level though. You'd see a lot more people owning houses around campus and renting them out to students, who I say would be a popular option.
Okay.
Mhm.
They also have sororities in the United States.
Yeah, not the same here. They're funny here.
Ah, yeah, I was
It's
wondering about that.
it's like a joke. The ones that we have here are funny, I think. Like in my city, the main university, there's a couple near campus, and but having gone to the States and seeing like the big sorority and frat houses, nothing like you would see in the US. We have like one school, like Western University in Canada, which is out in London, Ontario, near Toronto. They have a little bit more where you would see that more similar to the US style, but no, not like the movies in the States here at all. But it is like that.
Yeah.
In the US, it is actually like you would see in the movies, sometimes worse or crazier than the movies make it look.
Okay. And the scholarships, how the scholarships work there in Canada?
Yeah, honestly, it's so easy. That's actually one of the notes that I had that I didn't get to. It's so government funded onto everything that so education isn't paid for by itself. You have to pay for it yourself, even though most universities are public. Scholarships would be given based off of, say, academic standing. Sports scholarships, very small, but depending the primary sports that you would see going into it being hockey again, you would already receive some scholarship from the level you played before. But government backs it for it. So if you're a low income family, your school's probably going to be paid for, most likely through the government, depending on grades. Once you get older, it depends on how much you make, not your family makes as well too. So once you're, I think, above the age of 21 and still into university, it's based off of your personal income, not just household income. And if you say make less than $15,000 a year, the government's probably it's a weird system. I don't know if I agree with all of it here, but how it's done is it's done through student loans, but then the government ends up paying most of your student loan off for you. So you're getting a loan from the government, and then say anywhere from 20 to 80% of it is taken off by the government, and then your last 20% could be done through your own, say if you had excelled in a certain subject or the school wanted you to come, scholarships based off of sports, education, extracurricular as well.
Okay.
Is the same for international students?
No, actually, Canada, I mean, it's so tough for international students. That's another thing I don't agree with, actually, is the pricing of school for international students is significantly more. I think it kind of goes in the US as well, too. It doesn't right away for that, for the access to the education side of it. It is tough to, I think it also depends on your status. So if you're able to come in and you're able to get applying for, like, say, your residency, depends on where you're at in the cycle of being an immigrant to Canada. So if you immigrated to Canada um, just for the education, but you're planning on staying after you're working, you've already applied for like permanent residency and you're able to obtain some of that, then you have access to some of that funding. But until you or until you become a permanent resident, the access to that funding is spread out. Again, it depends. There's so many stipulations, I would say, within that, depending on which country you're coming from. So for right now, if you were coming from, say, Ukraine, you're gonna get, you can live here for free. They'll probably pay you, and they'll pay for your schooling to come here just based off of, depending on like refugee status, I guess it would go into that in the country that you're coming from and what's going on, or your access to education within the country that you live in. If it's not, say, accessible within the country that you're coming from, or it's a country that is in war right now, and so on and so forth, then funding does become available based off of just where people and their standing within the nation that they live in.
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much. And anybody else? Or we are good?
What was your favorite subject?
My favorite subject. Oh no. I I did school so differently than everyone else, to be honest with you. But my favorite subject in school, I really liked two of them. I like math and English were the two that I did well in. But Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, math and English. We'll go with those ones for it. My favorite one though, that's in high school. I would actually say out of everything that I did in university, my favorite class that I took was a an ethics class actually. I thought it was I didn't go to class much at all, but the ethics class was cool. You just go in and you get to debate each day. And most of our it was almost because we do 3 month programs almost the whole class was about this thing of going into a time machine where it was like, or the happiness machine is what it was called. Like if you could plug yourself into this happiness machine, would you do it or would you not do it? If you plugged in, you got to be unlimited happiness. No one would know you plugged in. You wouldn't know you plugged in. Um, and you would just be able to go on and your life would be perfect from there on out. And so we discussed like the ethics of that for 3 months straight. And it was a really fun class. Like we got to go back and forth onto it. And for our final paper, all we had to do was there's no right or wrong answer. It's just a matter of if you can back up your statement or your opinion onto that side of it on why you think it's ethical or not. So that was my favorite class. It was an ethics class. Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
Cool. Great, great. I think Elias came back.
Ah,
Can you hear me? No, I think it's not. Well, all right. Okay, so any other questions, guys, or we are okay?
Okay.
We're okay. Perfect.
yeah.
So, well, thank you so much for sharing all this information with us and being part of today's workshop. It was really nice.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, was really nice
Yes,
and useful.
Yeah.
we learned a lot.
Yeah.
Each country is so different in matter of
Yeah.
that. It's really interesting to see how it works in other parts.
Yeah, it is. I might have to stay and see what else if you're talking about other countries. I don't know about, yeah, do you talk about Argentina in the following slides at all?
Well, no.
No? Come on. I gotta learn something maybe.
Talk about UK, the States, China,
China, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Finland,
And Finland.
yeah.
where our okay. Before we go on, I don't know if anybody wants to share something that you wrote down while he was speaking, a vocabulary or a phrase, an expression that he mentioned to share it in the group. Did you write down any?
To be honest, I didn't. I was hearing with so much
Attention.
yeah, that's right. So I couldn't.
Okay, what about the rest? Did you write any? Did you take any notes?
Short answer, no.
Okay, okay. Well, I like
Sorry.
honesty.
I think I'm back.
Oh, you're
Yeah, okay.
fine. We're talking about education in Canada. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Well, I only wrote two things because I was also focused on the conversation, but maybe this can be helpful. It was one phrasal verb mentioned that is cut out when the connection was not working well. I think he says it's cutting out, right?
Yeah, cutting out would be a phrase that we use.
Right. And another that he used a lot, I guess. Sorry, you're there and I'm analyzing your speech.
No, go ahead. Yeah. Analyze it all the time.
Was back and forth. You use it a lot, I guess, or at least 3 times.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, back and forth. So I'd be jumping just because I was doing that. I think probably what happened was is I'm the slide that you have is up, and you're looking at school structure, compulsory subjects, homework, and exams, and I was going back and forth between all of them. So I probably inadvertently said that word a couple times because I was like in my own head, I was probably thinking I'm going so back and forth between all of these and not going through your list just one by one by one. But yeah, back and forth would be this, there, another thing, sideways, left, right.
Do you all know the meaning of back and forth?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What is that?
Like, de acá para allá, no sé, or something like that.
Spanish,
De un lado para el otro. Ida y vuelta.
Right.
ida y vuelta.
Didn't know how to say it in English.
Well, he
Do
will
you
learn
know in Spanish?
Yeah.
what's in.
Oh,
Ah, quería saber si sabía algo de español, si le gusta.
Well, he's learning Spanish, right?
Eh,
A little bit, yeah, trying. Yeah.
How about your Spanish?
How is it? Not good.
Why
I
did
I
you
just
choose to learn Spanish?
Pardon?
Which word do you know?
Which words do I know? Oh no, now you're gonna put me on the spot with all of it.
Which one is your favorite word?
My favorite word, actually, there was something the other day. Oh gosh.
This
You
is a
give,
test.
pardon me?
This is a test. Don't
This
worry.
is a test. Yeah, my favorite
Yeah.
word that I have for it. I can't remember. I'm trying to let me
Where's the
think of
teacher?
it here. Hmm. I don't know off the top of my head now. I don't think I have a favorite word off the top of my head. What words
Why are
do
you
I know though?
learning Spanish?
Um, I'd gone down and visited Argentina before as well too and stayed down there for a while. So like I was able to pick up, I guess, hearing some more of the words there. And then I think just having another language is something that is super useful. And I think Spanish is the second most useful language that there is, to be honest with you, unless I wanted to go and learn, say, Cantonese or something. But I don't think I'm going to be applying that or wanting to ever be living, or Mandarin, sorry, not Cantonese, but I don't think I'm going to be going to live into China. I think of the opportunity to be able to travel around. And if there was something that ever came up for business or personal side of it, even if it was in retirement or somewhere else to go. There's a lot of nice places in the world that are warm that we go and visit from Canada as well too, where Spanish is the primary language. So I think it's just a nice language to be able to go have in order to travel, being able to interact with people in the greatest majority of places to go to, and a lot of the countries that I like traveling to specifically
So you're
have
ready to come
language.
back.
Yep, yeah, I'm coming back in a month.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you notice the
yeah.
difference between Spanish in Argentina and Mexico and in Spain?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's always going to be such nuances of it. I would say speed, I mean, just like everything, like accent and speed of it. But you could say that even within Canada, if we brought someone on from, say, Newfoundland or from Eastern Canada, you wouldn't like I wouldn't understand some of the stuff that
Oh,
they were going into it and saying as well too. Like they have such a strong accent, the same words, the speed. And I think that's the same across maybe all languages where you really see that coming into it. Pronunciation a little bit. Yeah, accent and pronunciation would be
Argentinians, we have a strong pronunciation, right?
depending on, yeah, I think maybe depending on where you live or where you are within all of it as well too. I think like maybe I could be inaccurate onto it too, but if education maybe or the area that you're living into, maybe that goes into some of it as well too. If you're talking someone that talks into I think it goes in all walks of life, a business sense. Even here, if you talk to someone that's super fast paced and into like a business side, and you go out to the countryside and talk to someone that's doing that, it's completely different across the board within your own province or 100-kilometer radius, I think everywhere. Maybe I'm wrong, but You guys might notice it there too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like in the city there was, yeah, it wasn't not too strong of an accent, no.
I got one last question.
Yeah.
As regards weather, when it's snowing in Canada, are classes suspended or?
It has to be no, to be honest, it'll
Mm.
never. The only place is Eastern Canada, so like Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland. When it snows there, maybe, but for the most part, they need to open them up just based off of it being actually like daycare. So for the most part, when kids are in grade 1 and 2, they're 5, 6 years old, and parents need to go to work, and so the education system needs to be open. Now, when you have a big snow day, the school will probably can say it's optional. Like there's a lot of optional days maybe that come in. And if you go to school on an optional day, just like sit in the gym and watch movies with everyone else whose parents said you have to go to school today and don't get to stay home because mom and dad work. But for the most part, like your school is so close, unless you're going to a private school or for something else, it's so close in your neighborhood that they try to get you to be able to like walk to school. If you get bused, maybe it's tougher to get there. They could get canceled, but it has to, you'd be surprised how much snow it has to be in order to not go to school. Like it would be, I mean, to put it in perspective, we've had a really good winter actually, but 2 or 3 days ago we had like 35 centimeters overnight. It's like almost up to your knees.
Mhm.
But that's not enough snow. Like that's still everyone goes to work, drives. It's not that's not enough to keep you home. It would have to be like you can't open your front door and then maybe you could get school off for the day.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right. Now let's see. Let's have a quick look at this slide and tell me if there is any vocabulary that you don't know.
Let's see.
Or you doubt it.
I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. No problem. For example, rote memorization, sorry. Do you know that?
No, I have no idea.
Anybody?
I would say like how fast you can memorize something, like a rango, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like learning by heart, right? Jordan can tell us.
Like for the learning style, like for us to be like written memorization is what it would be. So that would be someone who is, for me, I actually do really well with like sometimes written memorization. So if someone's talking, I'll be jotting down or writing. Jotting is the word that we use for that. Writing down what they're talking about, bullet point forms for me to come back and be able to do it. So the act of writing something out in order to memorize.
Yes. Okay. Well, we have critical thinking, hands-on learning. I don't know if you know what this means.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
like
Mm.
you
Learn
love
by
doing, right?
It's a phrasal verb, right?
Exactly.
Not a phrasal verb. It's more like it's a phrase, but not a phrasal verb. It's a hands-on learning. So you learn by doing, like, I don't know, what you do some exercises, you learn it through the practice, let's say. And then
Maybe with that one, when I was in primary school, when we were learning the photosynthesis, that you had to plant the seed and see the little plant grow and all of that.
like
You
different,
learn, yeah.
yes. Well, then a student approach. As for pressure and performance, academic pressure, high stakes exam, competitive environment. Well, we talk a lot about that, about the last one, dropping. So I guess you know, right?
Yeah.
The meaning? Yes, Elias, do you know? I see you like confused.
Sorry, what?
Do you know the meaning of dropout rate?
Dribble rate? No, I have no idea.
They stop attending to school.
Very good.
They quit.
Quit.
Children.
Quitting school. Well, rate is the percentage, right? Dropout is just to quit.
Great.
All right, very good. Here we have some examples, like the dropout rate is higher in rural areas due to limited access to schools. Who wants to read the second example? Carlos, I see you there.
Okay. The GOACAO is considered a high stakes exam because it determines university admission.
Determine
High stakes. High stakes. What I mean, the level. High stakes.
who can answer that? What is high stakes?
The importance. That's very important.
Right, it's very important. It has a big impact.
Okay. Thank you.
Who wants to read the third example?
Hands-on learning helps students understand concepts better.
Great. And the last one?
Okay. Student may forget information quickly when they use rote memorization.
Very good. And now let's move to the next topic, that is then and now, education before and today. Here we have some ideas. So we are not going to read them all, but I will ask you to compare how was education, I don't know, let's say in 30 or 40 years ago, and how is education now. So there you can pick some of the ideas, but you can also bring your own idea. So what do you?
When I was a primary school student, our teacher divided for example, San Martin's biography into 3 parts, and you will study the first, and Carlos will study the second, and Carla the third, and you will do that. You will talk about San Martin in front of the class, but the only thing I learned, I studied by repeating rote memorization, I think, was the first part. But I have no idea about the second and the third, okay?
Right.
That's what happened before.
Good example.
This is my case.
Okay, what else?
So you used right memory.
3.
Sorry? You wrote.
Sebas, you used memorization. You studied by heart.
By heart. And the only part that
Can
the
you
teacher
hear me?
gave,
Yeah.
because it was teacher-centered. The teacher was the only one who knows,
Yeah, right.
and we were all paying attention.
That was the traditional method, right? Teachers were the center. And now it changed a lot, right?
It takes a lot of effort to get the attention of students, because they have multiple things they are thinking about.
Right.
And it's kind of hard to make them focus on what we need them to learn. Mostly is at secondary school.
Right. Well,
You have to be a friend, you have to be a father and the teacher, and try to speak and do a lot of things.
I think that we are focusing nowadays in I can't think the word. emotional things, emotional problems, and not in what we have to focus in. So, in my opinion, I think that we need to to go back to strict discipline, in my opinion,
And it all depends on the
because
group you
there are
have.
so many problems.
And it
Yes,
all
obviously.
because you may use the traditional education in some groups, but in some others you can't do that, and you are going to be a monster, and they will hate English, and we need them to learn it because they are going to deal with the English in most of the university careers.
Yeah, it's very complicated to be strict these days, I guess.
Yeah, I think that I was listening, and before we used to have this traditional method that all the children have to learn the same things and they have to be like love all the subjects that they had at school. And now I think that they have more I think like space, or I don't know how to say it, like they can see what subjects they like, or in what they are better. I don't know.
Yeah, what are
I
their
think that like I how it's the name, like it has a name, like you are better in art and you can't be better in art, and maybe you can't it's okay if you don't like math, something like that. No, you learn about everything, but you can see what is better for you. No.
Yeah, according to your skills, you can choose
Yeah.
orientation to that. Yeah, that will be
I think they pay attention on that a little bit more. Like a child learn better when you explain with different methods. I don't know.
right. Yeah, that would be like a personalized learning.
It's really hard to do it too when you have 30 childs in the grade, but I think that is a little bit better.
Exactly. Yeah, the
The
opposite
hard
of that will be
here
one fits all.
at least in my opinion, inclusive education, when you have 30 students in your classroom and there is only one special student, and he or she doesn't have a supportive teacher because or it, it's like hell because
Yes.
the rest of the class does okay, whatever, it's hell, and you need to focus with that child, and se hace muy difícil, quiero decirlo rápido.
Yes.
It's hard. And the other thing is technology integration. Students, there is a misunderstanding on how we use it because they use technology to solve exercises, and that's not the idea.
Right.
They depend on technology and they are not learning anything at all. And they blame the teachers because they have solved the exercise, but it's not them, it's the cell phones or
But I think there's a problem because people don't read. I don't know what they read.
Yeah. They don't have comprehension.
Here, well, at least here in Latin
That's
America,
right.
it's just like that. People don't read, and they don't understand what they read. Not all of them, of course, but for me, is a really huge problematic in Latin America because it's amazing how the people read and don't understand what they read.
but we are not as patient as we used to. We don't take time to read and think. We read and just want to solve and do the next thing and be back at home. And we are all in a hurry all the time.
Yeah.
Not patient.
Yeah.
Most
And mainly students want to solve everything immediately. That's a problem.
No, it doesn't matter if I understand or not. What I need is my mark. It's a 10, it's an 8. Okay, I don't care. I did it. Next.
And they are not interested in the progress, in the process.
No.
They want.
What you
Yes, I
teach
agree with you.
now, what you teach now on Friday, if you ask about it next Tuesday, they don't know anything at all.
Right. They won't remember.
No.
Yes. Well, their attention span is shorter.
Really
It
shorter.
looks like a kindergarten kid. Like, you know, like in kindergarten kid, it's more like 50 minutes to change the activity, because if not, you lose them. Or even less, like minutes. You have to change activities every 10 minutes. And with adults, was like, I don't know, 30 minutes. You can have like an activity for 30 minutes. I guess now it's like kindergarten. Like every 10 minutes, you need to change.
You need to improve something else to get the attention to the student.
Right.
It's kind of difficult. That's
And I
TikTok
think that they short.
Yes, Juli?
Yes, I think that the short attention is because of technology. It's because of telephones. They have a lot of access to, well, to internet, to Instagram, and all different applications.
That's the future.
And that's why I think that they have a very short attention.
Right.
Yeah, so
It's a
you guys
hard
are
problem
saying,
because it's a big.
yeah, you guys are saying in South America and or Latin America in general, but I think that's here as well too. If you go into it, then you kind of hit the nail on the head there with it being just technology in general, the attention span. I mean, you could go back into like the scientific side of it, of like dopamine being really like released from them from just, yeah, like you're saying, scrolling on TikTok or this or that, and just being ingrained of the attention. I think it's worldwide. I don't think it's just Latin America. I think it's the exact same here, and it's changing on how they teach completely. Everyone, like, you have to have, it's mandatory for all students here to have, like, everything's on computers and iPads as well too. Like, the school provides every student with them. Like, it's very technology driven here now, all of the learning from like the whole way up.
Mhm.
Do you have some rules at school, like to use the cell phone?
Yeah, when I was in school, like, my cell phone like just started to get good enough to be able to do something on it. Like, when I was we didn't have too much, like maybe like Instagram just came out in like grade 11 maybe, so it wasn't as big of a thing. But yeah, there is that. I think the big way that they've got away from it is they're trying to keep students off of their personal technology. So they give, like, each student, when you get to school, they have like a school tablet or iPad or laptop. And so they're able to communicate kind of with each other on those within the classroom side of it. That's monitored. So it's still giving them access to technology. It's just you have to use the school's technology. So they try to keep you off your personal cell phone for say the Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And then the school laptop that they give you, you can't access any of that. It maybe has access to like chat function, some internet, but it's like monitored, that side of it. That's about it that I would know.
Right. Well, so we can say it's a world problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
I read that there are some countries now, like they are regulating this, like the kids can get the phone to school. And in Argentina, I read some private school that they are getting some rules with that. And the father are really angry.
Yeah. And all right.
There are there are some countries that have like prohibited the use of social media for kids under 16.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really good because I think I see it in my students. They have like the phone attached to their hand and they just don't drop it. It's like leave your phone in your
Yeah.
bag just for like 2 seconds.
Yes, it's a problem. Well, in some schools, I heard that they had to put their phones in a basket, and when the class finished, they can pick it.
Yeah, I heard too.
That could work. All right.
Yes. Where I went with that, but it's very hard. Teenagers leave their phones there. It's a big problem. They don't want to leave it there, so you have to spend time. And no, it's very, very difficult.
Yes, time wasting. I guess asking them to put the phone there. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
And when you ask them to do some exercise with the cell phones, I have no battery, I have no signal, my phone doesn't work, I have no
Yes. Yeah. Well, we mentioned a lot of things from the past, but let's go more to the future now. As you know, AI is here. We're already using AI a lot. And what do you think about it? Here in this particular slide, we are talking about personalized learning because, I mean, any AI can help you personalize your teaching, your learning. So what do you think about it? Do you think it's good for the future of education?
Can I speak?
Yeah, of course.
This is a subject that I like a lot. AI works and works better than you can imagine, but there's a problem. The problem is the person, the subject, because that person needs three things: curiosity, logic, and method, a scientific method. If the student has those three aspects, he can learn with the AI. The other way is impossible because that person will be receive a lot of information and can't what to do
Process.
with all that information, that data. For that person will be impossible to build something.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
true. You need to use it
Pretty wise.
yeah, you need to use it as a tool, right? Not to rely on the AI for everything, like just like find information, you know. But the problem is that yeah, people are using it for solving I don't know.
No, try to solve in their lives.
but without foundations, the information is void, empty.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but well, I don't know, more than future. I think it's a next present that we have. We need to use AI because I think that in after and before in our life. Can I say that in English? That makes sense.
What phrase?
Como un antes y un después.
Like before and now.
Before and now. Well, and I think the AI is that. It's take here to change. It's like my grandfather don't like the trucks because he had a horse. And then he will and then he bought a car because he was the change in that moment. I think the AI is the same.
Yeah. I think both of your last 2 points, actually, from all of you, they all kind of go together. I think the attention span within classroom also based on the AI is like, I think a big thing is change of curriculum and what everyone's learning. So right now, if you look at the curriculum and what you're learning, it's not very problem solving based or requiring that heavy critical thinking into those scenarios. So a lot of it, the answers can be answered so fast, or the questions can be answered so fast through AI now. Or if the curriculum changes and it's more into that like problem solving method to be able to hold attention and being able to use those tools to be able to learn different processes in it, I think it kind of goes all hand in hand where what's being taught needs to maybe shift and change a bit too to, I guess, reevaluate or go into the tools that the students have because you can't keep doing the same thing of learning with these new tools. Like you could finish grade 12 in 2 days right now, probably with AI if you really wanted to go answer all of your questions. So I think some of it has to change in order to keep their attention because it's too easy right now to answer all the questions with it.
Because
Yeah,
we have a lot of information.
Yeah.
I think like more like opinion or reasoning questions can work. Because if it is just content questions, yeah, they will. Well, they can also ask for reasoning questions. Now that I'm thinking, they can ask the AI to think for them and analyze things for them. So yeah, it's hard. So do you think like AI make education better or more superficial?
That depends. It's a tool. For me, it's a tool. You know how you will
It's
going
a
to use it.
Yeah, I agree.
And we have to teach students. We have to teach students how to use it. It's a useful tool. It's a very interesting tool, but we have to teach them how to use it.
Right.
But we cannot depend on AI.
Right.
We have to develop critical thinking.
Yes,
Okay, I agree with you.
Okay.
That's
Great.
why I say that it's a tool, just a
Right, just a tool. Should AI be allowed during exams?
Oh, absolutely not. I disagree with that because they can cheat.
Where are yeah.
Carlos say yes in the chat.
I say yes
Why?
too.
Yeah, why?
I say yes because I think it's going to be so integrated in our everyday lives already that it's such a tool that you're only teaching people that the only time they're ever going to not use it is on that test itself, I think, to go into it. So I think if you could make the test hard enough that AI only is, it doesn't have to test just for answers. It's like, how did you get to that problem? What was your way of thinking? Being able to like see the structure of how well they're able to use it to get to a final product. I don't think it should matter how you get there. I think someone could be super smart using all the tools, yeah, that are at hand for them. I don't know. I think maybe some tests, no, depending on what you're taking a test for, it could be
Yes, it's a memory test.
structured
You cannot
off.
use
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
I don't think
it's on the
language
test.
Sorry, Sebas?
A math test, a
language.
math test,
Because
you cannot use
English
it
is
too,
not.
but
Sorry.
I don't think AI would be useful in English because if I need my students to read or to speak, they won't. It won't be useful to you to write it on your phone, then listen and then repeat, and then no, you have to learn how to speak
Right, depending on the subject.
depending on
Right.
some cases.
And look at this question. Could AI replace teachers in the future?
It might.
probably.
Yeah.
I think no.
I think no.
I think no. And I can tell you because people like human interaction. Even though you have a robot that looks like a human, it's not the same. You know, like people needs like a feedback, a constant feedback. Yeah.
Till now, but I don't know in the future.
Yeah.
And I don't know if only feedback. I think that with AI,
Manipulation.
you can make everything like perfect, and you can ask it like, answer me this way, let's do this context or whatever. But when you are in front of a person, the other person may like talk like a different thing, like nothing to do with what we're discussing, or I don't know, the other person may laugh or may say a word that you don't fully understand, and you say, well, wait, I lost you. And then I don't know how to keep going. So I think it's more than just like practicing with the AI. It's more like the emotional part of like the human connection. You cannot replace that.
That's a good point.
That's true.
I think
Yeah.
that is something like a big tool and a great tool that we have to learn to use. But I think that is something that they lost, about how we learn, or how we learn that we learn, and how we can teach each other some things. And I think that we lost those things, and like the interactive skills, or like how to give the other person some learnings. I don't know how we
Yeah.
learn in the history.
Yes. Well, I think AI is so structured, like it's so predictable. Like sometimes it's a little bit boring. Like when you talk to someone, you don't know what is coming next. It's so unpredictable. Like
Yeah, it's different.
different.
I
So
think AI will replace the teachers, but the teachers will transform its role to another role, more like a mentor, a company, a support for the person.
I don't know.
But all the knowledge, the AI has all the knowledge. You cannot compete against the knowledge, but you can share your experiences and your madurez, maturity,
Maturity, I guess.
maturity with your with the students, like a mentor, a support for them.
You know, I work not as a paralegal, as a case assistant for for a law firm in California. But what is amazing on the interviews, the people don't know how to make an essay. Uh, they don't know how to write. Um, and I think it's really amazing. And every of essays in the test made by AI. There's a lot of 9% of AI. And it's amazing because they don't know how to make an essay.
Right. Well, and you can really notice when someone wrote something with AI help. It's
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. It's a good tool for that, but you need to make by yourself because there's a lot of things that you could make with your own empathy and critical thing, you know?
right. I agree.
Yeah, well, I heard it, I think it was last year, that people, instead of going to their appointments with the psychologist, they use the AI as like a virtual psychologist. It's not the same.
Yes, it happens.
It happens. Do you think technology is evolving faster than education? Carlos says yes.
Way faster.
Way faster, exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's for going faster than even education. It goes faster than anything else ever right now. I'd say like it's learning at a faster curve than we're even capable of as humans, like onto its own to develop itself now. So it's I don't know how it even keeps up.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
do some activities with a little bit. So this is a role play. And there are different roles here. One student should pretend that he's from year 50 and travels back in time to 2026 now. And he or she explains how education works in the future. So you should be very creative. You can make up a lot of things. Yes, you can invent things, maybe crazy things if you want. Another student does not believe that it's possible. You can say that he's lying, it's not possible. And the third student, student C, believes the current system is better. So you will argue all the time, no, in 2026 is much better in the future. So on the right, there are some ideas that you can use while you are acting out. Yeah, like how traditional education works, the technology, too much AI is dangerous. I don't know. Exams are necessary. Maybe the person that comes from the future is that there are no more exams. So you can complain, the student B can complain. And also mention the skills that are important in the future. You can totally feel free to invent. Who wants to try? Who wants to participate? I don't know if someone raised their hands because I didn't see. You're very short. Any volunteer? Who wants to be the traveler?
Okay, I can be the one from 2050.
Right, great.
Okay.
Carlos, do you want to get a role?
Okay, let me be the villain, please. I will be a student C.
Student C, the one that believes
the villain.
the system is better.
The old school believer.
Right. Okay. And who will be student B? I mean, Jordan, you can also be part of it if you want.
Sure, I'll do student B. So I have to believe it. I just keep saying no in as many ways as I can think of.
Okay. So
All right.
imagine like Jordan and I are, I don't know, at a cafe and suddenly, no, sorry, Jordan and Carlos are at a cafe and suddenly Noe appears from the future.
Okay. Well, I would like to tell you that in the year 2050, there are no more exams. Nobody has to take an exam anymore. Now we still have classrooms, but most of the classrooms have robots teaching the contents, and we hardly see any interaction anymore. We are mostly taught through a screen with the iPads and the cell phones.
No, there's no way that's possible that you could do all of that. How'd you even travel back from the future?
We have a subject in school where they teach us how to build a time machine.
Oh, I don't want to say
That
no
is
too
very
much.
nice, Noe. But here in the present, we have a beautiful things called books, textbooks. You can carry with you, write on them. What did you say? Doblar las hojas. Wrap the pages. It's amazing. And it smells like, I don't know, like leaves that are beautiful.
I actually don't know what is a book because we don't use them anymore. I learned about them in history, but they haven't been used at school in a long time. We do everything with the computers now.
Oh, there's no way. Where did they put?
Um,
I
It's crazy. Do you see what happened with your computers?
Oh,
It's freezing now. He needs
I think
a
that's not
note.
possible. You're lying.
I lost everyone there for a second.
Carlos is right.
Yeah, all right.
Well, yes, I will give you that because if we don't have the Wi-Fi or the internet, we cannot talk to each other.
I will give you a book to souvenir for you for your 2050 year.
Okay, yes, thank you. I will take it.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. That was nice. Great, great.
Really entertaining.
Of course. Well, in order to do the trivia, there are some parts that we didn't read because we are running out of time. So I would say that I will give you 2 minutes to quickly go over those slides that talk about the Asian foundations. And so we can do the trivia together. I think that would be faster. So try to open the file I sent you.
Yeah.
And go over those slides. I'm going to share that with Jordan too.
The one that says ancient foundations.
Yeah, from that one to
Okay, that's the first slide of that.
no, that one and the Greece, Chinese
Oh, okay.
that follows.
Sorry, I got lost.
Yes, you should go over the slides that says Asian foundations that are 3. I think it's slide 12, 13. So go over that very quick and we can do the trivia.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Too much information from those. I will say 1 more minute and we try. Are you ready? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see the first question. Don't say the answer, just raise your hand. I think there is an option on Zoom, or you can also raise your hand and I will see you there in the camera. So, which civilization created one of the first merit-based exam systems? Mercedes?
Yeah, okay. I think China.
Noe, do you
I
agree?
don't know if it's correct.
Yes, I was gonna say China as well.
Okay, Eileen?
Yes, I go say China too.
Very good. You have a point. You all have a point. Okay, number 2. In ancient Greece, the word school originally meant hard work, military training, and reflection. Ellie?
Military training.
Any others?
Yo.
Carlos?
I'm not sure.
Leisure
I think
and
that it's hard.
reflection. Perdón.
What happened? Oh, do you agree, Juli? Leisure and reflection?
No, I think that it's hard work, but I'm not sure.
Carlos was right. It's leisure and reflection. In early societies, education was mainly reserved for everyone, elite groups, only women. Ellie?
Elite group.
Juli says elite. Elias?
Elite groups.
Elite groups. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Which country is known for focusing on well-being and minimal homework? Eileen?
Finland.
Finland. Yes, we saw it at the very beginning of the class. A high-stakes exam means an exam with questions, an exam that strongly affects your future, right? Elias?
An exam with many questions. Ram.
Carlos? Yeah.
I think that it's B, the answer, an exam that strongly affects your future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
The same, I think.
Okay. Well, and the last one, hands-on learning, means learning by repeating information, learning through practical experience. Carlos?
B.
On-job training, learning through practical experience.
Okay. Do you agree? Is that okay?
Yes, I'm agree.
Yeah. Very good. All right. So let's wrap up. Try to think of an idea or something that surprised you from today's workshop. Anything that surprised you from today? Something that maybe you didn't know?
Well, I learned a lot of a few words.
Okay, words, okay.
Yes, about different cultures, education in different cultures.
Right.
I really like the one in Bali. I really like that style of education.
Yeah, me too. It's really nice. All
I
right.
would like to be there.
I am so surprised, like how the culture change with the education. It's like we are surprised with the test in China, but I feel like if we are there, it's okay. No, it's like the different cultures have different.
Yes, exactly. Okay, nice. And well, some tips to keep improving your English at home. Well, one is speak a little every day, even if it is imperfect. Yes, you can speak to yourself. You can speak to AI, for example, ChatGPT, or you can record yourself and then listen to yourself. You can learn, but
your heart too.
not isolated list. For example, I don't know, today I want to explore, I don't know, football. So Try to learn vocabulary in context. That will be easier. Well, listen to real English like podcasts, videos, interviews. I don't know, any on YouTube. Well, of course, movies, series, that helps a lot. Think in English instead of translating. Be consistent. The progress comes from repetition. So don't quit. To join more workshops, as I always tell you, this is a good practice. Discuss ideas and also practice your English and, start like talking to other people, because sometimes we speak only to students or to friends, and it's not that easy to talk to people that we don't know.
Yes, totally.
I have one tip.
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, made a list about what you need to buy in the supermarket in English.
I like it. Make a list. You go to the supermarket. Great. All right, people, congratulations. We arrived to the final slide, the ending of this workshop. I'm really glad that you joined. It was really fun. And thank you very much for sharing your ideas and your time with us. So if you have any questions, you are welcome to ask now, or you can send me a message later to the group or maybe to me. Do you have any questions?
I wanted to say thank you, Carla, for
Okay,
the
it was
nice class.
Sorry, Carlos?
I want to say thank you for the nice class, Carla, and thank you to Jordan to join us.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you to Jordan for sharing his speaking with us, and thank you, Carla, for everything have you done with this workshop. It was amazing.
Thank you. Before you go, let's take a peek. Wait, I'm going to grab these two. All right. Let's say 3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
Are we all here? Yes. I'm not missing Sebas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had to leave. Well, let's try another pick. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So thanks again for joining, and well, I hope to see you soon.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bye,
nice
Jordan.
seeing all of
Thank
you.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Have
See
a
you
great
next
weekend.
time.
You too. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend.